1st of May as we leave Denver headed to Moab for a week of wheeling and camping.
Just came through the tunnel, and for those that don't know, in Colorado, the tunnel means Eisenhower and what's the other side? That other president, Johnson.
Yeah, Eisenhower and Johnson.
Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels on I-70 at the Continental Divide.
On our way to Moab.
On our way to, it's snowing.
Yep, it is April 30th, correct?
29th or 30th, I don't know.
Something like that. It's basically, we'll be in Moab the first week of May.
Yeah. We should be to Moab about 6 o'clock Mountain.
Right.
We're meeting friends from Iowa, and the plan is to camp about an hour south of Moab. Yeah, it should be cool. We've got some pretty cool sites planned out west, and we'll check in a little bit later.
All right. After about a 5.5 hour drive, we get to Moab. We fuel up, and then another hour we reach the spot where our friends found for us to camp. About a half-hour drive into the Needles District, which is the start of the Elephant Hill Trail, and there's also a big parking lot where there are some hiking trails. The Elephant Hill Trail is ran on a permit system. Each vehicle needs a permit that you get online and only 24 hours in advance. Because self-service is often an issue when in the more remote areas of Moab, we got our permits before we left and are doing this trail our first morning. All right, we are headed up Elephant Hill.
Yep.
Currently.
Just hit the bottom of the hill here.
Yep, the start point. So hopefully, we've got a bunch of cameras on the outside, but it's really hard to freaking see if they're recording, like when you hit
the sun glare,
hit the buttons and the sun glare and stuff. So crossing fingers that we've got good random footage, because this is one crazy trail. Anyway, it'll probably take us the better part of the day, and we'll check in later.
Yep. Slinger, you're about to that go up and turn around spot, right? So we need to hang back.
The Elephant Hill Trail starts off pretty aggressive. There's a lot of pulling up, backing up, and you'll see some more as we go down a switchback over the hill. It's really helpful to have walkie-talkies, or CBs in our case, so that you can have conversations with each other and alert each other to what you're doing and where you're going.
It's pretty flat up there, Chris. You just gotta kind of like 3-point it around, which I know is fun and low.
Yeah.
The Elephant Hill Trail is actually a loop. It starts at the parking lot and eventually turns off, looping around, then back up the switchbacks you'll see in a bit, and out the same way you came in. We aren't doing the loop, and we'll continue up over Bobby's Hole, out of the park, and into BLM land where we'll camp for the night.
Turning to get ramrowdy yet.
Beginning of Elephant Hill is basically a butte. You go up the east side, go across the top, and then down some steep switchbacks into a valley. If you continue on the trail south out of the park, it takes you into Beef Basin. The flat top of the plateau is a bit deceptive after the switchbacks going up the east side, Kind of makes you think that the trail has calmed down for a while, but it's just hiding the surprise of the switchbacks going down the west side. The west set of switchbacks are very steep and contain a part where you pull ahead and then back down the next section. It makes for a fun challenge on this trail.
Yeah. It's probably one of the steepest sections.
You may have noticed Josh sounding a bit stuffy. The dirt and dust that's kicked up when we're jeeping does that to us. Unfortunately, we find out a few days later that this wasn't allergies. As you can see, this section of the trail is steep, narrow, and very chunky. There's quite a bit of exposure, so we just take our time and get down as safely as possible. If you need to be towed out of this area, it'll cost you quite a bit of money, and trying to get in touch with someone might be a little difficult. Even if you are only doing the Elephant Hill Loop, be sure to bring plenty of water and food with you. Planning ahead is important. There's no cell service, and it's several hours to the nearest gas station.
That. Hear that? That ain't fucking right.
This trail is very challenging and a lot of fun from a jeeping standpoint, but the main reason we like coming back here is the unique and amazing landscape. Enjoying the solitude and nature are the highlights of our camping trips. If you look closely, you can even find ancient pictographs on some of the walls.
Wow. Forgot about this part. Is this our overhang spot? Yeah, I think we're about to the overhang.
Oh yeah, where it's like flat up here?
We're gonna have to watch. I might have you get out at this fucking overhang thing, because remember how it felt like it was close and we didn't have a fucking tent on our top. I might have to take the line a little further to the left. Might be rougher, but we can't smash the fucking tent into a rock. Didn't get up that stair step the way we were. I turned the rear locker on.
As the day went on, we started questioning some of the lines Josh was choosing. Luckily, this was our third time doing this trail. Knowing what to expect and having done it before made things a little less hairy.
This is that big stair-step drop down there, remember?
You good?
Now it's coming down.
Yeah. Woo!
You're not gonna make the ass drop.
With the addition of the rooftop tent, we were unsure if we would have to take a different line to get under this overhang. Be sure to check out part 2 of our Elephant Hill video, where Josh's COVID brain gets us in a little bit of trouble.